Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. On today's episode of Wild Camping, we are going to be... What I'm not going to do on today's episode is focus on setting up gear. I'm not going to focus too much on bushcraft. I'm out here for two reasons today. And we could be out here for longer, but the main reasons I'm going to keep this video short. One, it's going to be good for me. Two, we're here to test out some food and test out some things that an old school friend very kindly put together for me. So, and whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not saying there isn't going to be any bushcraft. I'm not saying there isn't going to be any how-tos or whatever, you know, on this thing. But we're here. We might be here for a couple of days. I'm hoping to stay here till we run out of food, or until something disastrous happens. Let's see what happens first. You're right. You're right. The weather could be interesting in the next few hours or so, but we'll see. Could be fun. Could be fun. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to the usual spot. I'm going to try a different spot, which is closer to water and just different. Just different, you know. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And, this way, so a bit of a further trek, a bit of a further walk than the usual. Not far off my second favourite spot, but this could make a good third favourite spot. I mean, it might even take preference because there's running water nearby, so you never know. I might even be able to have a little wash and, you know, refill any water that I've got, because I'm going to see how long I can last. I'm going to see if I can do a couple of days. I'm going to see if I can make it more than one night. It's a good job I got this thing. Okay. I think this is the area. This is where's the spot though? There, somewhere over there. Okay, I've come back on myself a little bit here. There's the track, and it's going to be between these two trees here, I think. Yes! Good afternoon, evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We're set up. I'm not going to go into the setup. It's adequate for now. For tonight, it should be fine. What I am going to talk about is this. And what this is a little kit that a dear old friend of mine has put together for me ever so thoughtfully, and what it consists of is this and what's inside it, food rations. Now, I've got some of my own food that I've prepared here, which we're not going to go into because I'm going to trial that on a personal basis. What we're going to be talking about is what's inside here now. He's put together for me. Little mug, stainless steel emergency fire kit with a fire steel and a striker and some dry fuel there and some tinder. Ginger cake, Jamaican ginger cake. We've got a knife, fork and spoon and tissues. Sterilising tablets may come in handy. A wet wipe and a resealable bag, so that's always handy. Got here some soup, Vegetable soup. Vegetable soup, you got to have your veggies. I'm rather looking forward to this one. Some porcini mushroom risotto. Do you know how long I've been looking for porcinis? Now we've got them. And now, what else we've got? We've got a tropical fruit and nut mix. I might just dive into that in just a second here, because I'm just going to boost my sugars and my protein. Here we go. What we got here? A chocolate biscuit. Nice. Some Kendall mint cake. Oh yes, indeed, boy. That's coming up after my din-dins. That is. Another chocolate biscuit. I will disclose later. Let's first talk about the actual box itself. It's an ex-military, an ex-army 50 caliber ammunition case. Sealable. It's airtight, watertight, very robust. Those are the good points about it. It's nicely decorated. Were personalised by Drew's wife, Kirsty, I think, who did those. Lots of flies about. Bad points. Is it the lightest of things? No, it's not. A little bit clunky, a bit loud. It's not the stealthiest of things. You wouldn't want to be taking it on an ultralight backpacking expedition, that's for sure. However, if you are going to fill it with lots of dried foods, like I have, you can fit quite a bit in it, and it'll keep it nice and safe and secure and dry and you know, keep it in the shade. It should stay nice and cool. Not that you have to worry too much about that with dried foods. Okay, so that being said, not a bad bit of kit. I wouldn't be tempted to take it anywhere that I've got to go for a long walk, but for just coming down, just bobbing down the trail a little bit, you know, you pull up in your car, and you've not got far to walk, like I have in my local park here. Ideal, you know, if I was going car camping, ideal. Like domestic camping. Also, because I've got my little wheelie trolley, you know, it's perfectly adequate for you know, little bursts, little journeys, little portages into just sort of somewhere that you ain't going to be going too far. And yeah, that being said, I mean, if I find that I'm not using it, I could repurpose it as a toolbox. People do make stoves out of them, little wood stoves, so I could potentially still use it for camping in that respect. The major downside to it is that it isn't light. If you could make something out of, if they have made anything similar to this out of plastic or some kind of Kevlar or carbon fibre or some kind of lightweight metal, maybe even an aluminium one, because you know, if you ain't going to cook with it, it's alright, isn't it? Let me know. There might well be some kind of better alternative, but you know what, it's alright. Thing we're going to do is make a brew, and I'm going to use the spoon from the kit, and I'm already liking the how you can put a few things on the lid there and use that as a little, almost like a little shelf for a table there. I'm going to use the mug that comes with the kit as well, obviously. Could have done with some tea bags in there and some coffee, but never mind. That's the tea bag in, water boiled, etc. Get the cutlery out. Very basic. There we go. It's basically just sort of like your glorified picnic party cutlery stuff. Maybe just a little bit more robust and sort of reinforced in the critical areas. But yeah, okay, I'm getting that. paraglider up there somewhere. You can't see him through all this fucking trees though. Starting to look a rather nice, healthy colour indeed. Nice and lightweight, these little plastic cutlery sets, you know. There we go. Do you know what? I've got good feelings about this because, do you know what? Even though my little tiny little children's play set, cookware set thing that isn't even really a camping cook set, as tiny as it is, look at that. You can get at least 2 brews out of it with this mug. At least. I'm really... And you know what about this mug? I reckon it's going to be the perfect size for measuring rice out to boil in that later at some point. And, you know, one cup of rice, 1 cup of water, or 2 cups of 2 cups to 2. You know how it goes. We're into the bickies, and you get 2 in there. Nice little things. Look like they've got a bit like a bit of an oaty sort of texture to them, like an oatmeal texture to them, and they've got a little bit of chocolate chip in there as well for added goodness. And we're just going to give that a quick dunk in the old tea there. Perfect size to fit in the mug as well. Very dry, very crunchy, which I don't dislike. You wouldn't want a moist one, would you? Because it would be fucking mouldy by now. Yeah, a very pleasant biscuit. A little slurp of this. Yeah, I can rate them. I can rate the biscuits, and I can rate the cutlery. Oh, bloody lovely that is. Bloody lovely. Do you know what? That's not a bad brew. That ain't a bad brew at all. Not bad without milk, to be fair. Yep. I'll just give you a quick walk around the setup. I've got the hammock strung between that tree there, that tree there, and the stronger of them. I've got the ridge line for the tarp between them to set it up on a ridge line, textbook style. I've guided this side up higher, and I've used that stick there as a post, but I've just used that tree over there just so it's got more airflow. Yes, the tarp is high, but it's a warm muggy night, it's a warm muggy evening. I don't want to be too entrapped in there, so it's going to be adequate. It should be nice. It should be nice and comfortable. And there we have the beginnings of a fire. I don't know if you can hear that now. I've lost my ability to owl whistle. Oh yeah. Oh fucking yeah. Oh, it's supper time. Supper time. The chicken's a bit chewy still, but it's hot and it's fresh. Some bone apple teeth. Morning folks. It's 5:05 in the morning. I don't know what day it is, Wednesday or something like that. This is what it's about, waking up to this. And also, it's also about being rudely awakened at 4:30 in the morning by eagle chicks that just won't shut up. So what I'm going to do is I'm heating up a little bit of soup. I'm going to do that soup that comes in that little sachet there, that vegetable soup that we discovered earlier. Just getting some water nice and hot now. I've washed up from last night's dinner. I'm not ill after eating like 3-week-old chicken curry, technically, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. The fires, there's the odd puff of smoke coming off of that, but that did well keeping me warm. It was too hot last night. I had to take my t-shirt off and hang it up because I sweated that through. I woke up soaking. Luckily I brought a nice warm jumper with me now to keep me warm, so I'm going to get some hot soup in me and I'll let you know how that goes. Here she goes. Get all of it in there. You want the full flavour of that, don't you? Glad my lights come on because it's actually brighter than it looks on the phone. Oh, look at that. That's going to warm me through nicely, that is. Well, that's nice. It's very tomatoey, nice and vegetably, nice and herby, nice and salty. Very nice for a sachet of dried soup. Very nice indeed. Very welcomed. Making myself a little omelette from the powdered eggs that I made earlier. I flipped it successfully. It didn't taste too great when I reconstituted. It tasted a bit gritty and powdery. So we'll see how this goes. It didn't taste too great either. So I think I should have dried them raw. I cooked them when I dried them. So maybe that's where I went wrong. I mean, it will reduce the cooking time, but I don't know. I'm not quite confident to go for another flip just yet, but it smells like an omelette, so we'll give it a try. Nice accompaniment to my soup. The powdered egg omelette. Fucking horrible. And I feel it would have went better if I hadn't have cooked the egg first. But it does take, it is an improvement on just the rehydrated egg powder. Still a bit gritty, still a bit powdery. It tastes like burnt egg. It's not nice. But if it doesn't make me ill and it gives me some goodness, that's what it's about. Morning, sports fans. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's about 10 o'clock now. The sun's really starting to put its hat on, and so should I. I've pretty much caught up with all my hours now, I think. Been really comfy. I did have to adjust the tent a little, the hammock. I loosened it, which wasn't any better, so I tightened it back up again, just at the head end here. But and I was up weeing. I had to go up for a couple of wees, as you do when you drink a couple of beers. But yeah, it was a good night. Good night. I'm really happy. One of the drawbacks of using dehydrated food is that you do use a lot of water. So I'm going to have to make some emergency water from out of the little brook down there at some point, maybe, because I'm right down to my last two litres from last night. I forgot to mention that these are actual MREs, MREs. They're military rations, military ration packs. Okay, they're a little bit out of date, but do you know what? The military rations, they're dried, they're going to last years beyond the date anyway, and they are still good. Apart from this, which I don't know about that, but it does look like does look like it was designed for backpacking and stuff like that. So, but yeah, and you're probably wondering why my Trangia is bigger than yours, and that's because that's a military edition as well. Actually, it holds a bit more fuel and burns for a bit longer. It burns exactly the same, like just for longer. It's so beautiful. Another thing I like about that little mug is that it's double skinned, so you don't burn yourself when you pick it up. Brilliant. Just opened up my bacon ginger cake, and it's there it is. I'm going to have a little bit about half of this. Smells great, smells fresh, smells very nice actually. Let's just have a little nibble so I can give you the verdict on it. Yep, very good. That's going to give me the starch I need this morning. Well, the fire started back up again, which is good. Okay, managed to boil on that little bit of ember and fire there that was going the perfect amount of water to go into my risotto, which I've now got to leave for 15 minutes before it's ready. I can't wait to enjoy that and recuperate some strength back after cutting all of this firewood. That's going to be for tea time and tonight. And I've got to sterilise some water as well, because I'm down to under a litre. I've got about half a litre left of fresh drinking water, and the only other option is to abandon my shit and go and find the tap. Where there is a tap nearby, but nah, fuck that. It's too many people. And this I'm giving off a lot of smoke with this fire, and it's attracting attention. So I'm going to want to do something about that as well, I think. Risotto time, boys and girls. Ooh. Very nice. Let's have a look. It looks very nice anyway, it smells lovely. This is my first time ever trying the porcini, aka the penny bun. Aka the Boletus edulus. Highly sought after mushroom. I'm finally trying it. Tastes a lot like normal mushroom as far as I can tell. Maybe on its own it comes into its own character, but yeah. That was a delicious meal, but I think I figured out why it only tastes like normal mushrooms, because it's about 28% normal mushroom and only 3% a porcini. I mean, and there's so many other things in there affecting the flavour. You know, the olive oil, the lemon juice, the onion. Anything that's after the 3% mark there is going to be less than 3%. But yeah, I mean, it was still delicious. It was still delicious. I mean, I think I got a little bit of what I think was porcini flavour, but I can't be sure. I've only ever tasted red cracking boletes and bay boletes. Very nice indeed. Very substantial meal. It's going to sort me right out. And that fire is still having a go. We're on day 2. It's something like 2:15. And we're down to, out of 4 litres, our last drop of water. So we just goes to show you. That's one of the drawbacks of dehydrated food, is you will use water, so it's always good to have a water source nearby, and luckily I have got that. And you need to have a way of sterilising it. I've got 2 options now. I could use the little tablets that Drew's provided me in the kit, or I could use the fire, and because we have the fire, we should use the fire. You know, that's like emergency stuff. But yeah, we're having fun still, and I'll get back to you in a bit. Oh yeah, we're ready for some fun now. We're ready for some fun. Let's see if I can start this like a true woodsman, with just a spark and natural materials. Got my bird's nest already, look. Using the ferro rod. You can't really see what's going on. See. Hey. Oh. You're close. You're close. Nearly had a fire there. Nearly had a fire. Yeah, we got a fire. We got a fire. You see that? We got a fire. There she goes. There she goes. That's how you do it. And you just build up. That was with the striker and the fire stick that you provided there, Drew. Yeah, good little striker on that. Makes a lot of sparks and it's a handy dandy little stick. Nice one. That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. Sterile water coming up. We have got a few more litres, well, a couple more litres of clean filtered water now. It's filtered. That does not mean it has any solubles in it and pathogens. It just means it's free of dirt. So we've got to boil it to actually sterilise it. And which is a lesson we learnt the hard way a couple of years back, isn't it? Can you remember that? Yeah, I was not well, and neither was poor Leon. But yeah, we survived it, but you know, don't make yourself ill. It is a real bad way to be in. Late night brew using stream water. It's been filtered twice, so it's not brown. And just sterilising it now so I can make some tea with it. I've had my dinner with it, no sick feelings so far. So I mean, but it can take a couple of days for that to kick in. But yeah. Good morning. It's another beautiful morning, another beautiful start to the day. It's a bit chilly, a bit brisk, a bit fresh. Ugh, my neck. Yeah, I had to get my bandana on my neck last night because my neck was a bit catching a draft, and put my jumper on. I probably would have been alright heat wise if I didn't have to get up for a piss so many times. I did have to get up for a piss a few times. I didn't sleep the greatest. I did get some sleep, not a lot though. So I'm going to have another lie in and try and catch up with some of them hours. I'm probably going to pack up today and get gone. And just to add to that, I can fart without shitting myself, which is, well, it's a good sign so far that I've not, you know, poisoned myself in any way. So yeah, I'm dead happy about that. I woke up hungry about 3:30, something like that. 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that. I forgot what the time was. I was knackered, but I could not sleep because those munchies kicked in big time, and my stomach was just. So I was like, this isn't gonna work. So I had to get up and I had to make myself some more rice. It was that simple. And I ate a couple of the dried things that I had as well, like the snacks. So I've only really got curry left. Oh no, sorry. I've got dried egg, which ain't great, and mashed potato. So I might make some hashies for breakfast today, something a bit different, and then maybe I might hang around till lunch to do a bit of curry. This is all going to be later, but yeah, I've got a couple of portions of curry left. So I don't think I'm going to, a couple of tea bags left. I don't think I'm going to ride out the rest of the night tonight, the rest of the day. I think I'm going to pack up today. Not immediately, but I'm going to make it today my last day, I think. But it's been good. Actually, I don't think I will go back to bed. I feel pretty good. I must have got some solid hours last night. Thinking about it, I must have done after I filled my belly back up. Yeah, I've had a quick wash, just a quick baby wipe wash, in all the necessary areas, so I feel a lot better now. I've changed my underwear. I'll not put my socks on yet. I'm going to do a bit of earthing for a bit because I've never done that before, so why not? And I'm going to brush my teeth in a minute, and then I'm going to get some more water and filter that a couple of times. Make some tea, make some brekkie, then I might get another couple of hours in. But right now I feel pretty damn good, so I think whilst the going's good, roll with it. Beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful, stunning morning. The fire lasted quite well last night. I didn't have to mess around with it too much, but I did put a couple of decent logs on there. It was just a nice, small, slow fire, you know. It wasn't a big one. It didn't need to be big. Yeah. Wood lasted pretty much throughout the night. Kept a nice bit of warmth in. I weren't cold last night. I did have to put my jumper on at, what's the name, when I got up for my dinner. But it did drop back then. Yeah. I was pretty comfortable. Pretty comfortable. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm a happy lad. You just gotta breathe this shit in, man. There's just the tiniest little spider web there in the tree. And it's just so perfect. I'm gonna have to get a closer upper of that. But the way the sunlight bounces off all of the spider webs and silk and stuff in the morning is just absolutely magic. Let me see if I can get a... Look how perfect. It's not very big at all. That's my finger right next to it for comparison. I'm having a bit of a breakfast bonanza here. I'm attempting to make some little mashed potato hashies with the dehydrated mashed potato I made, and I'm going to make another one of those omelettes to go with it. Breakfast is served. Strangest looking hash browns you've ever seen, but you know, this is camping. And that there, I know it's going to taste a lot worse than it smells, but my stomach's willing to call that an omelette. So, bone apple teeth. I'm just going to chill here for a bit, just like this, and just enjoy this for a little bit before I get going. I might hang around till lunchtime, have some lunch and then get going. It's no huge rush. You know, I've got some food left, so there's plenty of water nearby. I'm out of tea. Near enough. But do you know what? It's just too blissful. I want to live here now. I don't want to go back home. I want to live here. of video space on my phone, so let's keep this short. Upon reflection, I'm really liking the little case there and the kit. Like I said before, not for an ultralight backpacking mission, but my setup isn't for an ultralight backpacking mission. It's set up for long-term stay and longevity and heavy duty. So that being said, it lived up to the task. It's done really well. Really chuffed with it. And not all of the stuff that was in that kit was food items. So if I was to put just nothing but food in there, I could probably put enough food in there for a week, maybe 2. If I used the right foods. If I used a vacuum packer, maybe 3 weeks, who knows. You know, if I kept it to just essentials. I'm really impressed with it. What I also like is how the handle is made from braided paracord. Very nicely braided. I couldn't do that. But in an emergency, if you needed some paracord, you've got some there, haven't you? So, not a lot, but, you know, if you'd run out and it was an emergency, you know, it's there.